Buenos Aires, amigos, amigas, from downtown Chapala. We're at the 24-hour coffee. I just met a couple expats who've been living here in Chapala, and this gentleman's name is Tony, and he is Scottish, but he is living now in Chapala, retired, and I just met him. We talked a little bit. He's got a quilt on. And I'm telling you, he's a real Scot. So we're going to introduce you to Tony.
Welcome. Hi, everybody. Nice to talk with you guys. What do you want to know about me?
You can say whatever you choose to say about lakeside living, retirement, how long you've been here, whatever you choose is talking about.
I've been in Chapala now, or in this area for 3 years. I originally came down to go to Ahihic. Saw that was a little expensive there, so it was cheaper to live in Chapala, so I moved here. And I originally came on the 180-day tourist visa, but that was when COVID got bad in the United States, so I was advised at the end of my 180 days by the immigration here not to travel until it was safe. So I was able to stay beyond my 180 days, which actually lasted 2.5 years because travel has been on and off. So they have an amnesty program at the time so that if you were stuck here for this long period because of COVID, as long as you have a 2019 stamp on your passport, they were giving an amnesty and you don't have to show all the qualifications for temporal and then going to permanent residence. So I was able to qualify for that program, and thank God I recently got my temporal at the beginning of June. So I'm good for 4 years, and then I'll get my automatic permanente.
Congratulations.
I loved it so much here that I really just don't want to go back to the United States. I was originally in San Francisco, where I lived for 20 odd years. I loved it there, but it's just too expensive in the United States to live anymore. I don't like having to work all day and have no money at the end of the day to show for it. I'm 73 now, so the only place I could retire is where I could afford to live. And I actually, in all reality, never considered Mexico, but I started watching videos about Mexico and about how people can retire down here with a lot less money. And I only live on my Social Security, and I'm living a lot better here than I ever was in California. And I'm afraid I had a good pay in California, but I was a pilot.
You were
an
airline pilot?
Yeah, and okay. I just couldn't make it, It's just, everything was just so expensive, especially in San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
And even gasoline, when you hear the average price of gasoline on TV is $4 and something, it's always about $3 higher in California. So It doesn't give you a true reading on what everybody's paying. So, down here now, I'm living a lot better quality of life. I enjoy the people. It's not that difficult to get along with everyone. Everyone is so friendly here compared to what you would think of in California from what you hear. And I can honestly actually say that the Mexicans down here are actually friendlier than they are in California. So yeah, they're much nicer people. I was always thinking that Mexico was all desert and dirty, like Tijuana area. But it's amazing how beautiful it is down here. I'm so happy and relaxed. I went to see some friends in Hawaii 2 years ago for Thanksgiving. I only went for 2 days, and I've been so relaxed here. And when I got to Houston to change planes, I was pissed off within 20 minutes. So I couldn't wait to get back to Chapala. And I'm very happy here. I love my way of life. I'm doing much better quality of life than I was in California. So I don't want to go back. I'm going to stay here. That's about all I can tell you right now.
Wow, fantastic. Now, You were an airline pilot for the airlines?
Yes.
One of the major ones? You don't have to reveal
Yeah.
which one. And how long ago was that? Did you retire?
I retired about 12 years ago. They gave us early retirement because of bankruptcies and stuff, so I took that, but we ended up losing the retirement, so I'm strictly on my Social Security. And I'm living very well here on my Social Security.
Yeah, and Chapala is a beautiful place. A lot of people don't get down here always.
No, and it's beautiful, and thank God we actually,
Can-
I don't want it to get too overcrowded, but it's going to start getting that way because I hear that they're going to open up some nice wine yards on the south side of the lake, and it's going to be a big wine tourist area in the future. So, and they've improved the roads, but now the traffic's heavy again, so
And it's a lot,
Yeah.
and it's a lot easier to walk in Chapala than Ahihi.
Ahihik is not good for anyone that has trouble walking. It doesn't even have any roads that or surfaces that are good for a walker. You really have to pay attention
Some
when
parts,
you're
yeah,
walking.
but for the most part,
But in
Chapala's
Chapala,
wider
it's much better.
sidewalks.
Yeah, and they
Less
even have
cobblestone.
handicapped areas.
Yeah, handicapped. I was just
They
covering
do.
that in another video.
Yeah.
And I have been covering that in videos here,
Mm-hmm.
showing people that it has wheelchair accessibility
Yes.
on many of the corners here in Central. And I'm not picking on Ahihi. Every city has its flavor, but it is a lot easier walking here, especially as a
Oh,
senior.
yeah.
Senior too, right?
Yeah, and it's nice. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody says hello. They don't walk past each other and ignore you. You can always say good afternoon or whatever. We do it in Spanish.
Okay.
I've been talking Spanish more here, and I'm starting to forget the English words. I'm afraid if I go back
You're
to
integrated.
California, I'll be answering them in Spanish.
You know, I did that. I actually was doing that when I was
Uh-huh.
going back to Michigan.
Yes.
I was thinking like using Spanish words
Mm.
and communicate, and I caught myself and I said, "I'm not in Mexico. These people don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe they think I'm a Mexican, but
It's really quite easy to communicate even with the people that don't speak English if you're just patient and you try to figure it out. And I have a much more difficult time when I'm on a phone with someone because you don't see the gestures in their face, so you can't figure out what they're saying to you. And I do see that they do hang up on us gringos once in a while because we ask for English and they just go, and they hang up.
but it's very easy to get along. Here.
It is. It's very easy to get along with people. And you'll find out that when you first come here, you're going to be impatient for things because you want things in a hurry. But you end up seeing that they're so relaxed here that it can take quite a while to get something. It can take even 15 minutes just to get your cup of coffee.
Sometimes,
It can.
I don't-
And then what I do like is they don't rush you when you eat in a restaurant here. You can take as long as you want, and when you're ready for the check, they will bring it to you after you ask for it because they consider it rude here to just bring your check.
Oh, you're really saying a lot.
So yeah, it's
Right,
very
really.
nice here. The people are very friendly, and if you don't see something on the menu you would like, they're quite accommodating to help you out. So yeah, I love living here. I enjoy being around all these people. I love being in Chapala, especially in this area because it's central and there's the markets are all nearby. Even if you have to take the bus, it's so easy to take, and they're only 9 pesos. So
And
that's
they're up
only
to, some of them are up to 10 now.
some of them. Look
Yeah.
at 10.
Depends
that's
on how
still-
far you travel. Yeah, but
That's
9
only
pesos,
50
yeah.
cents. So I mean, and you
Yeah,
can
you
go
are
anywhere.
absolutely correct.
Awesome. So yeah, even the people on the buses are nice. They do get kind of packed, and sometimes you're just standing the whole way, or even hanging in the door. I can't believe
It
I've
depends
seen.
on what time of the day you
Yeah.
go and stuff like that. I can travel on buses sometimes with a lot of room, but you are right. They do get pretty full.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Would you care about talking about your apartment or anything like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, keep going. Please.
We have a very nice property here in Chapala. It's got a huge yard, 146 meters. Oh no, sorry, 160 meters.
Is that meter
length.
squared or?
Length of the
Okay.
yard. It has two bedroom houses on it, casitas. Richard converted his into a one bedroom by knocking out the wall, but I kept mine too. And it has the full kitchen, it has the living room, it's got beautiful big windows, looks out onto the yard, and we have a swimming pool.
You have a, now where is this? Is this
This
up
is
near
just
Swanee?
round the corner from the
Chapala.
yeah, round the corner from the Lake Society. I mean the
American Legion. You have a
Yeah.
pool. Man, is it fantastic?
You wouldn't think of that right in the city center, but it's amazing. And we have all these beautiful fruit trees. It's just a nice, real peaceful area to live in. It can be a little noisy because Mexico is not quiet. It's not like the United States at 10 o'clock at night, they all get quiet. You never know when you're going to be wakened up with a loud band or explosions from
But
fireworks.
But I bet you still sleep a lot better here.
I do. I
Than
can
you
sleep
do in the
through all that
States.
noise. I'm so relaxed.
Yeah, I'm
here.
like that
Yeah,
too.
I
I'm
love it.
relaxed too. I can sleep through a lot of it.
Yeah, so I really do enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his buddy says no gunshots.
No gunshots. Yeah,
Yeah, just
Mexico is
firecrackers,
very.
right?
Mexico is a lot safer than you're hearing in the United States. We don't have any real major problems here. The only shootings you ever hear about are usually the gangs, gang-to-gang.
We don't see gangs around
No,
here, really.
and they protect us because we're a good income for them, so they enjoy having the gringos around. It helps the cities
Oh,
to
yeah.
make money in the grocery stores and stuff. So yeah, it's nice. They're very
And there's a
nice.
lot of police presence to watch us here. You
Yeah,
know.
there is heavy police presence, but it's not disturbing.
It's
You
not at
don't-
all.
I remember in California, if I heard firecrackers going off, I'd be ducking under the table. But here you just sit and you kind of take it. It's not bad. You don't have to be afraid.
Yeah, because they're not gunshots.
No, it's amazing. But they do like to celebrate. They'll celebrate just about anything here.
Oh, yeah,
But that's what I like about the place. And it's so relaxing. And again, I just love living here. What else can I tell you?
we've been going, and I'm really glad that you talked a lot because you just you said so many things about retirement here in Chapala and the Lakeside area. So
And then inflation has hit us too, just like it has everywhere else. But to tell you the truth, everything is so reasonably priced, I don't notice
yeah,
the difference.
me either. Okay, so anything else you would like to say before?
Not really, just it's a great place to live. And I know a lot of Americans think badly of Mexicans, but if you give them a chance and get down into Mexico, away from the major tourist areas, you'll see that it's a beautiful place to live. It's very colorful. That's what I like about it. I don't want a modern apartment here in Mexico. I want the Mexican style. That's what I came here for.
Right.
I don't want to make Mexico America. I want Mexico to stay Mexico.
Yeah, we were
That's
having
the
talking
attraction.
about that. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to have America here. It's inconvenient for grocery shopping sometimes. You can't find a lot of the products that you got in the U.S., but you just you start to learn how to cook differently and just make new menus out of what is available to you. You can find some of these things here, but they're pricey from America. I happened to go shopping for some soup the other day, Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. I saw the Campbell's cream of mushroom with the Mexican label, champones, and the American label next to it. The Mexican label was 39 pesos a can. The American was 89 pesos a can.
Oh, boy.
You're paying for the label on the can. The soup is exactly the same. And actually the Mexican labeled can was slightly larger.
Wow.
So you need to be aware when you're shopping here because things from America are pricey. And especially now since everything's costing more everywhere. But yeah, it's fun to shop here and you can get what you want, but you have to pay the price. But so if you're wise and you look at those differences, It's amazing. And vegetables are great, so cheap. I bought a pork loin roast meat the other day, and it only cost me $5. You can't get that in America. So, I mean, again, it's a great place to live. People are wonderful. Everybody's very helpful. They always have an uncle or a cousin that can do this or do that. But that's one thing I find about the workers are a little unreliable. When they tell you mañana, it doesn't mean tomorrow. Mañana means whenever. So you have to be patient waiting for them. But life is wonderful. So it's worth living here if you can do it and you want to. You can even do it if you work online. So, I mean, it's a great place for people, especially if they have to live only on Social Security. So what can I tell you? That's about it.
You said
Thank you.
a lot for the viewers. I'm telling you, you did say a lot. So I'm really happy that you're doing this interview. And we're going to close it now and say thank you once again.
You're welcome.
Living well.
Yes,
Retired
terrific.
and living well.
Don't be prejudiced about Mexicans. They're wonderful people. Come on down and see for yourself.
Okay, absolutely. Thanks for thanks for doing this interview. And okay, have a great afternoon. We'll do some more
thank you.
talking after this video.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.